Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So before I start, just want to say thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel so far. I noticed I've had a few extra subscribers this week. Doesn't go unnoticed, and very much appreciate the support and all the feedback that I've had through the comments. So yes, thank you very much. So what I'm going to cover in this video is this camera. So I've recently bought the ZWO ASI533MC Pro. That is a mouthful. However, I'm not going to go into specifics about the camera. It's going to be more about how I connected it up to my computer and some of the problems I've had along the way. So the first thing I wanted to do was link my camera up to my laptop, which I believe most people do, via this USB 3.0 cable that comes with the camera. The drivers went on fine, however, for some reason the laptop wasn't picking up the camera. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. I'm going to do a bit of investigating that, but it works fine on my desktop, so I decided to bypass the laptop and go straight for the desktop, and that's where the problems started to appear. So to get this USB cable to reach my desktop, I was going to have to extend it. So the first thing I did was bought a few of these 3-meter extension cables, and you just clicking like that to get the distance. However, I did overlook a fatal flaw in this, and I should have realised lost the signal. So that alone, it's not going to work. It's you're just going to have disappointment there. So I went back to the drawing board. A few people are using these things, which is a USB 3 powered hub, and it works pretty good. I did get up to 8 meters, but kept drifting in and out of connection. It's good for about 5 meters. So again, I had to go back to the drawing board here, and I ended up buying this cable here, which is a USB 3.0 repeater cable, and I'll show you how it hooks up here. So what I'll do is I'll just hook my camera up to this hub like so. I could probably do without the hub at the moment, but it's going to come in handy if I get any other cameras and the connections going here. However, so I'm just going to leave it there. But anyway, hook this up to there, and then I hook the hub up to the cable like so. I could probably get away with putting one of these extension cables on that, because it's going to boost the signal here. And halfway through the cable, it's got another repeater to boost that signal, and I then connect the other end up to my desktop. Works perfect. Absolutely brilliant. And what I've done is I've run this through my house, through the hallway. A little messy, not happy with that, and I'll explain that in a second anyway. But yeah, works fine. So the things that I'll do differently, first of all, I think I got hooked up too much on the USB connection. I do believe you can do some sort of Ethernet connection, or even Cat5, Cat6 cable. I do believe that is the cheaper option as well. I'm going to look into that for the future. I'm really not a big fan of running this through my house. I would drill a hole and maybe put some sort of access box on the outside of my house. However, I'm supposed to be moving. I'm sort of caught in a sort of house chain at the moment, so I don't want to be putting things in place and having to rip them all out. But if we end up staying, if it all falls through, that is something I'm going to be looking at doing. So, is this the best way of doing it? Yeah, probably not. Is it our way? Yes. It works fine. It really does. However, there is one more problem that I created when I decided to go directly to my desktop and bypass my laptop. I'm going to cover that in a second, so we'll go inside and I'll explain all. So the eagle-eyed astronomers amongst you may or may not have identified something, especially if you're used to using this sort of camera and this sort of setup. So to hook the camera up, I'm using a free software called Nina, and it seems to be pretty good. Obviously, I've got nothing to compare it with because it's the first time I've actually been using any sort of system like this. And you can do all sorts with it. You can focus with it. You can control your mount. Loads of good stuff along with controlling the camera. However, that is the only thing I'm actually doing with it at the moment, in controlling my camera, which does present an issue when it comes to focusing. Now, unless I'm one of the stretchy members from the Fantastic Four, I ain't focusing that scope from about 10-15 metres away. It just ain't happening. So this is where the sort of reverse engineering side of things has come into this. Rather than my laptop being the first element of this, so what I want to do is hook it up to the laptop and then wirelessly transmit it to my desktop. But obviously with the issue of it not finding my camera, I had to sort of go a bit of a sort of reverse route on that. So instead, the laptop is the final element of this, and I'm going to show you how I've actually hooked up my desktop to my laptop. So all I have to do is take my laptop outside, focus, and then bring the laptop back in and just sit in and carry on from there. Alright, so here I am on my laptop. Now, the system uses Windows 10. I'm not sure if it's going to work on any other Windows version. I really don't. I'm not a big IT person at all. In fact, when it comes to IT, I'm like a monkey with a new tool. You know, I don't know what to do with it. The way I type, I use my elbows. You know. So anyway, I don't know if I've got lucky with this, but this is how I've done it. So, if you're familiar with Windows 10, you'll know that you get some icons at the bottom here and they're permanently there. So all I did was I went to the File Explorer menu, and then on the left hand side here, I went down to Network and it brought this screen up here. As you can see, these two items here, got the laptop that I'm on now and my desktop. And the reason they're both on there is because they're both using the same broadband Wi-Fi network, and this is what I'm doing. I'm sort of manipulating that network and connecting the two systems up via that Wi-Fi network. So all I did was went over to my PC, right clicked on that, and I'm connecting with remote desktop, the remote desktop connection. So I just clicked on that, and it's going to bring up some credentials here. So all I'm going to do is type in my password for the relevant email that I've got on there, and then I just okayed on that, and then it brings up this sort of certificate. All this is saying is it doesn't trust in it. Well, it doesn't recognise what I'm trying to connect with. Do I trust it? Yes, I do. So I just okayed on that. And you probably noticed that my desktop has just flickered, and it's now cut me out of that screen. And now what's come up on the laptop screen is what was on the desktop, which is Nina. I can now go out. I'm not sure about the range, but I've tested out it is good for where my scope's going to be actually set up. So I'll just go outside. I can now focus, and if it's a nice evening and I'm not too cold and I want to stay out a bit longer or whatever, I'll just sit out there and control everything from the desktop via my laptop. Now if I just want to disconnect it, a couple of ways. I can disconnect it via the laptop, or I can just go on here and bear with me, just my normal login. As you can see, it's just cut me out. It's gone back to Nina on my desktop. Just okay on that, and that's cut me off. Easy as that. Okay, so I'm supposed to just wrap the video up now. Quickly summarise. So this is how I've linked up my new camera to my desktop, my laptop. Like I said earlier in the video, I have probably not the best way of doing things, but it works, and it's going to get me away and get me started using this camera and this software, and you know, I'm happy with it at the moment. Probably, like I said, I'm going to change things, you know, but as I get used to using this camera, this system, this sort of astrophotography, I'm going to find better ways of doing things. You know, like I have done in the rest of my astrophotography journey. You know, as you develop, as you evolve through the hobby, you find different ways of doing things. Some work for you, some don't. So I just want to quickly thank someone for helping me out with the some of the connection issues, specifically linking my laptop up to my desktop, and that's Adam. So if you're watching, Adam, thank you very much. Between you and your brother Johnny, you have helped me out all last year or so with IT issues. You saw my own little private IT support team. So yeah, thank you very much. If I keep asking favours, I'm probably going to have to start paying you. So yeah, no, thank you very much. So on that note, I hope this video has helped maybe. I hope so. Hope you enjoyed it. And on that note, please guys, everyone, take care and goodbye for now. The relevant drivers that were, which went on fine, you know. So to worry, are you gonna go away? So for me, cable. So got that wrong. Ah, you idiot. That's better. Now we're playing. You know,